way, this is why I'm one of the only people around here who even gives you the time of day.
Can you guarantee?
And let me get back in your case, because you're such a smart ass most of the time.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression. This week was particularly brilliant as the biased media just couldn't help but shoot themselves in the foot repeatedly. Let's start things off with chief liberal activist for CNN, Jim Acosta, as he gets owned by White House advisor Kellyanne Conway this week for basically being a clown.
Can you promise that the president will tell the truth tonight? Will he tell the truth?
Yes, Jim, and can you promise that you will?
I will.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you, God?
I'm not the
Am
one
I
who
allowed
has
to
the
mention God to
alternative facts
you?
problem like you do.
No,
Will the president tell the truth?
Make sure that goes viral.
Okay.
This is why, by the
Can
way,
you
this is why I'm one of
guarantee
the
that
only
the
people
president
around here
will
who
pass a
even
fact
gives you the time of day.
Can you guarantee
And
that the
let me
president's speech
get
will
back
pass a
in your
fact check?
case, because you're such a smart ass most of the time, and I know you want this to go viral. A lot of these people don't like you.
And why do so many in the media not like Jim? It could be because he always hogs the mic or always makes the story about himself. Or it could be despite the media repeating the liberal mantra,
no barrier, including steel just like this, will do anything to solve a humanitarian or a security crisis.
You know, Jim attempts to drive home the same liberal point, but he failed at it spectacularly this week.
And here are some of the steel slats that the president's been talking about right here. As you can see, yes, you can see through these slats to the other side of the U.S.-Mexico border. But as we're walking along here, we're not seeing any kind of imminent danger. There are no migrants trying to rush toward this fence here in the McAllen, Texas area.
So basically the wall works. Good point, Jim. Thanks. Despite Acosta disproving his own liberal argument, the media continued to rally against President Trump's efforts to get border wall funds, making sure that the Democrats who are refusing to budge on the shutdown get let off the hook. They did this by repeating ad nauseum a liberal talking point.
Democrats don't have any positive incentive to make a deal with Donald Trump on this.
There isn't a lot of incentive for Democrats to start putting offers on the table.
The Democratic leaders, both in the Senate and the House, don't have a lot of incentive to show President Trump that they can be easily pushed around by him.
This is his new reality now. The shadow of more legal battles, more congressional supervision, and an unfriendly chamber of Congress that has virtually no incentive to give him a single political win.
Democrats don't appear to have any political incentive to somehow compromise with the president.
Nope, no incentive, not even if one of the counter arguments is a wall could protect Americans from crime. CNN, for one, just doesn't care.
But even if I were to grant you that, okay, the point is the illegal alien crime rate should be zero. It should be, you can do your nails. You know who can't do their nails? Are people who've been killed, Anna, by dangerous, known illegal aliens who've been allowed to stay in this country because of the leftist policies that people like you promote in so-called sanctuary cities
so
to allow them to hide in plain sight.
Already.
Who are not filing their nails over Republican concerns, biased liberal reporters are busy urging the president to capitulate to Democrats. Until, of course, they actually get called out for it.
So why not sign the other bills, though, so some of these workers can get paid, the government
You
get
think
more?
I should do that?
No,
do you think I should do that, John?
I mean, it's not for me to
I
say.
watch your one-sided reporting. Do you think I should do that? Hey, John. No, seriously, John, do you think I should just sign?
Well, the argument is...
Tell me.
Sign these bills that have nothing to do with
John,
border
do you
security.
think I should just sign?
I'm saying that if you sign that, these workers can start getting paid. The government can start...
So you would do that if you were in my position, you'd do that?
I'm not in your position. I'm asking you if that's something you...
I'm asking you, would you do that if you were in my position? Because if you would do that, you should never be in this position. Because you'd never get anything done. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much.
ABC's Jonathan Karl gets embarrassed, but you know, it's not only the national media that got owned this week by showcasing their liberal bias. This week we saw what one editor at a local Washington state station did to doctor the president's address on border security.
Hopefully, we can rise above partisan politics in order to support national security. Some have suggested a barrier is immoral.
I wonder what happened to that slimy editor.
You're fired. Believe me.
Yep, that editor is gone. The liberal media just couldn't help but get owned this week. The good news is not all local stations are dying to be biased. Some, like KUSI in San Diego, want to report the facts. It's just that CNN doesn't want you to hear them.
CNN asked if KUSI would provide a reporter to offer our local view of the debate, especially to learn if the wall works in San Diego.
KUSI offered our own Dan Plant, who's reported many times that the wall is not an issue here. In fact, most officials believe it is effective. The issue we face is the migrants and the debate over their treatment.
Now, knowing this, CNN declined to have us on their programs, which often present the wall as not required in other places, like the stretch of the Texas border the president visited earlier today. They didn't like what they heard from us.
Just some background for you.
Just a little background on how CNN works to limit reporters' abilities to actually report news. Now, that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Eric Shiner for MRC-TV. We'll see you again with more liberal media wackiness next week.